So continuously, we actually gave her protocol. I gave her the protocol because she has several other cancer cells left. And actually, the leukemia was not found at her abdominal or your right flank area. But last week, her body reading, the brain reading said that leukemia was the most important thing that I must do. So actually last week, I gave her the protocol to rupture all the leukemia and complete it. So today, she still had the 2 kind of lymphoma. And I found she also has a Burkitt lymphoma. So it was not so severe, but your body reading gave me the information that you had Burkitt lymphoma. So today I gave the protocol to rupture and kill and destroy and complete Burkitt lymphoma and other 2 kind of lymphomas. So there are a lot of lymphoma at the site, and the name is all different, like angiolymphoma and adenolymphoma. Many lymphomas are existing, and the name usually are composed of the site. But anyway, she has 2 other kind of lymphoma, and she had Burkitt lymphoma. So I gave the protocol to the brain. That brain is going to use her own immune system, and it's going to destroy whole Burkitt lymphoma and the lymphoma. So I'd like to see the results of the energy circulation by using pendulum test. And I prepared big mirrors so patients can look at it, so you can enjoy your own image. So this site was ileocecal valve site, and actually it was finished last time. So the lymphoma or Burkitt lymphoma were not found here. But anyway, I'm going to do the pendulum test. Do you see this? So actually the ileocecal valve site, and actually it was at the ileum and ascending colon, I believe, so and cecum. So actually the site is free from cancer cell, but it's gonna take several more weeks to complete it, right? Okay, now she has, that is the right site of the Burkitt lymphoma and the other 2 kind of lymphoma were left. And that is at her transverse colon. And let me see the pendulum test. Before I studied the protocol today, I did a pendulum test, and it showed the diagonal line-to-line movement instead of the circular mode. And it is the same pattern as last week, because I did not treat it, and still your energy was not recovered totally. And today we saw it was moving diagonally. So we killed Burkitt lymphoma and one of other kind of lymphoma and the other kind of lymphoma. So let's see the pattern today, okay? Good. Aren't you glad? So you see this, right?
Yeah.
Good. How nice. Okay, good. So her body will take care of all those lymphomas by using her own immune system, such as natural killer cell, apoptosis, macrophage, all those kind of immune cells. Good. Look at that. The energy is getting bigger and bigger.
Good.
So the Burkitt lymphoma will be finished after 9 weeks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it says.
That's right. The body is knowing exactly how long it's going to take to rupture and destroy all of them. Good. And that is actually her stomach sites. And you used to have those 2 lymphomas and Burkitt lymphoma left. So we see, actually we saw the diagonal line-to-line movement this morning. But let's see. Good. Do you see that?
Yeah.
It takes a little longer time, right?
Mm-hmm.
To make the circle mode. Good. Getting bigger and bigger. So your Burkitt's lymphoma will be completed after 9 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And the other kind of lymphoma is going to take 13 weeks, right?
Yeah, and then
And actually that lymphoma needs the help of the resveratrol.
yes.
2 doses a day for 3 months.
Yes.
So some cancer cells can be killed just by the immune system. But sometimes if the cancer cells are really big and tough, then your body needs some helping aid, such as resveratrol or curcumin.
Mm-hmm.
So you are already taking curcumin, right?
Mhm.
Like what is your dosage?
You had me taking for the other cancers 4 a day, 1 after each meal and 1 before bed.
Good, yeah. So actually, but the other lymphoma today
Mhm.
that I treated needs 2 dosage of resveratrol also for
Mhm.
3 months.
Mm-hmm.
Then it's gonna be finished. Look at that.
Mm,
Look at this energy.
very healthy.
Good.
Good to see, dear, right?
So Mr. Hoshi, are you looking at this? Okay, good. Okay, now, so that is your sigmoid colon site, and let me see. So currently all kind of cancer cells were killed, and let me see what's gonna happen. Even though we gave the whole protocol to complete all the cancer cell, your sigmoid colon site does not recover the circular mode.
Yeah.
And
this
do you
one
remember?
Didn't it have radiation?
That's right,
Right.
thank you. Such good memory, thanks.
Sometimes.
And that is her rectum. Let me see if rectum is recovering the whole energy. So can you see the rectum?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Yeah, rectum also does not make the big circle.
It had radiation as well.
Yes, ma'am. Thanks. So actually, these 2 sites, she has accumulation of radioactive components, such as plutonium, uranium, radium, radon, thorium, ionium, selenium, cesium, strontium. From the air, of breathing of the air since 2011 Los Alamos laboratory fire, and the seaweed that you ate. So yeah, so Japan or Korea, the sea is contaminated by the tsunami, and since then the whole sea was contaminated. So all those seaweeds especially had a lot of radioactive components deposition. So it is very contaminated. And when you eat it a lot, it's gonna be accumulated and it's gonna cause cancer. So she also has radioactive components like Korean language, we call it 방사능 중금속, like uranium, radium, strontium, cesium, and selenium, plutonium. Actually, plutonium is very powerful kind of uranium, but that is man-made. Man invented the plutonium to make the atomic bomb. But we have a lot of plutonium particles in the air. Anyway, you have radioactive components deposition here. And I'm going to put the radioactive components testing vial. And it has the frequency of radioactive components. Whenever I put that on the chest, then your brain works as like a radar. And it catches the frequency. Then if it is the right vial to be treated, then your energy is open immediately. So it works as like the key. So let me see what the pattern will be at the sigmoid and your rectum. So I put the radioactive components test vial, and let me see. Do you see this? Good. It means at the sigmoid colon, she has the accumulation of radioactive components particles. And I have to clear that next visit. And after I clear the radioactive components, then your sigmoid will recover this big, beautiful energy circulation. Means you're not gonna have any other health problem. Look at that. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Good. Now I'm going to test at the rectum. And previously it was make the diagonal line to line. Now I'm gonna see at the rectum. Radioactive components still there. That's right. You see this? Good. So whenever you have radioactive components in the body, they emit a lot of ions and actually they generate the radiation. That's why it can cause cancer also. A lot of sarcoma or leukemia, especially leukemia and lymphoma, and sometimes sarcoma is formulated from the radioactive component or radiation. Look at that. So, but your brain will detach them from your whole body cells, and your brain is going to use the immune system and metabolic system, and they're going to purge. Your brain will purge all of them out of your body. So next week I'm going to do the protocol for your radioactive components expelling. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.